split. Thank you. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Sure. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. On the inhale, come forward to a plank and look at the wall in front of you, pressing the floor away. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Lower the hip. Inhale. There. Let out of that pelvic tilt. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Lift a little up in the abdomen. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, go back to a downward facing dog. Soften the knees, slowly walk the feet toward the hands. Keep the feet about hips width distance apart. Hands about 6 to 8 inches in front of the feet. Press the palms down. Let the head be heavy. You might want to make sure that you're not putting all your weight in your heels. That tends to be a tendency in a forward fold. Sometimes you got all your weight in your heels. So there should be equal weight distribution through the hands and the feet. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. Then soften the knees. Step the feet out as wide as the mats. Come down to a squat. Bring the hands together in prayer. Press out with the forearms. Squeeze in with the knees. Your little yogi squat. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Deep breathing. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. Then gently put the hands on the floor. Come sit down. Extend the legs straight out in front of you. On the inhale, bend the right knee into the chest. Place the right foot on the outside of the left knee. On the inhale, lift the left arm up, pulling the left toes back. And exhale, twist over to the right. Little Adva Matsyendrasana. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, come center. Exhale, counter twist over to the left. Inhale, center. And exhale, extend the right leg out. Inhale, bend the left knee, left foot on outside of right. On the inhale, pull the right toes back, lift the right arm up. And exhale, twist left. Look over the left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Then inhale, come center. Exhale, counter twist. And inhale, come center and come sit in Sukhasana. Easy seat. I'm going to leave that up to you. You can just cross one ankle over the other. You can come sit in lotus if lotus is available to you. You can come sit in Virasana, Bhadrasana. That's also there. Whatever you want to sit in. Let's turn over the page. I'm still gonna play around with my little because it's a folk mantra we're working on this month. I'm gonna work with my little folk instrument here, like made of gourd and just a stick. All right, Bhagavan Das uses this a lot. It's actually harder. It's 2 strings. That's all it does. It's harder to play than you think. All right, so we're gonna chant number 46. Hey Shiva, Shankara, Hey Maheshvara, Sukhakara, Dukkha Hara, 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 Shankara. Page 25, if nobody, I didn't say that. 46. 3 ohms. Call and response. Hey Shiva, Hey Shiva, Hey Shiva, Hey Shiva, Hey Shiva, Hey Shiva, Hey Shiva Shankara, 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 Hey Maheshvara, 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 Sukhakara, 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 Dukkahara, Sukhakara, Dukkahara, Sukhakara, Dukkahara, Sukhakara, Dukkahara, Sukhahara, Dukkahara, Hara Hara Shankara, Sukhakara, Dukkahara, Hara Hara Shankara, Sukhakara, Dukkahara, Hara Hara Shankara, Sukhakara, Dukkahara, Hara Hara Shankara, Hey Shiva Shankara, Hey Maheshvara, Sukhakara, Dukkahara, Hara Hara Shankara, Hey Shiva Shankara, Hey Maheshvara, Sukhakara, Dukkahara, Hara Hara Shankara. Together. Hey Shiva Shankara, Hey Maheshvara, Sukhakara, Dukkahara, Hara Hara Shankara. Now new. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 And just allow that to resonate within you. Shiva, destroyer of the ego, witness of all that passes. All sorrow stems from identification with the transient. All happiness from identification with the eternal. And hey is just like saying hey to somebody you know. It's asking for acknowledgement. It's asking to make a connection with something, right? So you're asking for connection with that energetic that lets go of like the things that hinder us, like anger, jealousy, fear, the things that like get in the way of us being able to see other beings. Or if we see them as the other, right? The other is always the enemy. The other is always the group in the other village that you want to like take over their village. When you kind of remove that distance between two villages or two groups of people, two beings, then you can kind of see the similarities that both of you have hopes and fears and needs that need to be met. And once you see that the other being has the same fears as you do, you dissolve the otherness into what's called the oneness of being, or aikyam, the oneness of being, that everything is the same and everything is experiencing the same thing, even though it doesn't feel like it sometimes, even though our lives feel like it's totally dualistic, that we're having a different experience from other beings. Those other beings are having a similar experience closer to yours than you can imagine. Even if they think differently, they look differently, or they're a different species. It's very similar for all of us. Fold up the chant books, place them to the side. Come stand at the top of the mat in Tadasana, mountain seat. Big toes and heels to touch. Tailbone moves toward pubic bone. And one of the things I like about, like, you know, we started practicing this way against the wall. We do it for the express class, but when we came back from the pandemic, we did it a lot because we kind of wanted people to stay away from each other and have a big space in between post-pandemic. But in reality, what I do like about this is it causes you to face each other. That then you're not just looking at the wall in front of you, or you're not just looking at the windows or the mirror, but you're looking at another being in front of you. And so just take a moment and acknowledge the beings that are in front of you. Make eye contact with them. Offer them that ability to look at them and then look back at you. And this is called darshan. You can wave at them, I don't mind. You can bring your hands together in namaste, an undulating mudra, that's fine too. And then just offer your practice up to the other beings that you're sharing this room with. I mean, what a nice higher intention and offering to like really come together with the beings that you share the space with. Sometimes we don't talk about that a lot, but that's a super important thing to start to come together on also. And then exhale, hands by the side to Dasana, mountain seat. On the inhale, hook the thumbs, raise the arms up alongside the ears and arch back. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward, take arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist straighten. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, step right foot back. Exhale, downward facing dog, lifting hips. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to heels, downward facing dog. On the inhale, lightly step right foot forward. Exhale, left foot meets right and fold. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs and arch back. Exhale, bend knees, fold forward, take arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, left foot back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to heels, downward dog. On the inhale, left foot steps forward. Exhale, right foot meets left and fold. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, arch back. Exhale, hands by the side to Tadasana, mountain seat again. Inhale, hook thumbs, reach up and arch back. Exhale, bend knees, fold forward, arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, right foot back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to heels, downward facing dog. On the inhale, right foot steps forward. Exhale, left foot meets the right and fold over legs. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs and arch back. Exhale, bend knees, arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, left foot all the way back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to heels, downward dog. On the inhale, left foot steps forward. Exhale, right foot meets left and fold. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, arch back. Exhale, hands by the side to Tadasana. On the inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, put hands on earth, extend legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, lifting head and chest, preparing. Exhale, jump, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right foot forward, left heel down, come up, warrior one. One breath. Exhale, hands down to the earth, step back, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right heel down, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, hands down to the earth, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Stay in down dog. Inhale. Exhale, one. Inhale. Exhale, two. Good. Inhale. Exhale, three. Inhale. Exhale, four. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look beyond the hands. Inhale, jump the feet in between the hands. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, awkward seat. Exhale, come stand up, Tadasana, mountain seat. Good for you. On the inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, awkward seat. Exhale, place the hands on the earth, extend the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Adva Uttanasana. Exhale, step, jump, walk back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the right foot forward in between your hands. Exhale, push through your left heel, not turning the heel down, but keeping the heel up. Inhale, lift the torso up, bring the arms alongside the ears in a high lunge. Exhale, find your balance. Inhale, extend the right leg as you lift the left heel away. Exhale, bend the right knee as you push through the left heel. Inhale, extend the right leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Bring the hands together in prayer and twist over to the right. Bring the left arm on the outside of the right thigh. Keep pushing through your left heel instead of dropping your left knee. Activate the quad in the post-anterior chain. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lift the torso up. Bring the arms alongside the ears in a high lunge. Now exhale, turn your left heel down and open the arms and hips up. Warrior 2. Inhale, extend the right leg. Exhale, reaching toward the center of the room, placing the right hand on the right shin. Left arm lifts up. Trikonasana, triangle. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. That rib pulls in just a little. Exhale, 3. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, lifting all the way up. Exhale, bending the right knee. Inhale, hands down to the earth, stepping back to a plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the left foot forward in between the hands. Exhale, push through your right heel, strong right leg. Inhale, lift the torso up, arms alongside the ears, high lunge. Exhale, find your balance. Inhale, extend the left leg as you lift the right heel away. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend, don't bend the back knee. Exhale, bend the left knee, push through the right leg. Don't bend that right back leg, y'all. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Then bring the hands together in prayer and then twist over to the left. Here again, you're pushing through your right knee. You're not bending it. You're not dropping in that hip. Strong post-anterior chain. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Good. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lift the torso up, arms alongside the ears, high lunge. Then exhale, turn the right heel down, open the arms and hips, warrior 2. Inhale, extend. Now reaching toward the center of the room, pulling the hip back, pulling the ribs in. So remember, you're not leaning, you're actually pulling back toward the wall behind you instead of in front of you. Feel the difference? Yeah, inhale. Exhale, 1. So it's in the hip. It's not really in the head, but when you move your hips, you move your head. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lifting all the way up to stand. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, hands down to the earth, stepping back to a plank. Exhale, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, stepping the right foot forward, turning the left heel down. This time, come up, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, opening arms and hips, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, extend the right leg. And you may need to move the right foot forward just a little bit, not too much. And then exhale, bend the right knee. And as you bend the right knee, track your knee down the center of the foot. Don't let it collapse to the left. But it's not in your foot or your knee. It's actually in your hip. So try to squeeze at the bottom of your glutes and then try to rip your mat apart between your feet. So your feet are absolutely dynamic and active. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, extend the right leg. Exhale, rebend the right knee. Put the right hand down inside the right foot. And exhale, the left arm lifts straight up into the air. Extended angle B. Inhale. Exhale, pulling the right hip back toward the left heel. Inhale. Exhale, lifting the left hip point up just a little. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, gently place the left hand down. Walk both your hands over to the left. You'll be facing different sides of the room on different sides. So some people be facing mirrors. Some people be facing windows. Check your feet out. Make sure your feet are parallel to each other. Lift your head and chest. And then exhale, fold forward. Walk your fingers back so your fingers are in line with your toes. Crown of the head is going to come toward the floor. It may touch. It may not touch. If the head is on the floor and you would like to experience a tripod headstand, please be my guest. Lift the legs up to the side. That's the best way to come into a tripod headstand. And if you're just coming into your forward fold, lift up in your quadriceps. You can use your blocks to get your hands down. But you want to lift those hips up and lift those sit bones up. Exhale, 1. So Mark, you could use your blocks too so you don't have bending your knees. Exhale, 2. Good. Beth, I'm coming over. Inhale. That's okay. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Now, if you're in tripod, open up the legs to a straddle and come back down with control. All right. Then, once your hands are on the ground, your feet are on the ground, and now lift your head and chest up, look up, all right? Now, bend your left knee. As you bend your left knee, come onto your right heel, coming into a little squat, skanda asana. So left knee bends, right leg's going to extend, right toes are going to lift up, Mark. So the toes are going to lift up, and you're going to come on your right heel. So your left knee is going to bend. You can even set on a block for this. So what's happening, I'm going to be like this, and I'm going to come down, and I'm going to be like here. And then I can bring my hands together, and I can set on a block for that. Exhale, 1. So blocks are terrific here. Exhale, 2, but you're opening up the inner right leg. Exhale, 3, the adductor. Exhale, 4, inhale. Exhale, 5, and placing the hands on the floor in front of you. Lift your hips up, extending your left leg, then bend your right knee. Walk your hands back toward the center of the room. Now, as you, no, you're not going to bend the right knee. You're going to walk your hands back toward the center of the room, framing your right foot coming back into a lunge. Yeah, so we're going to do your skanda asana on the other side when we go to that side. Okay, now extend your right leg. Now move your back foot forward until your heel is on the ground. Good. Then lift your head and chest. And exhale, fold forward over the leg. Here again, blocks are useful. If you're having a hard time grounding down, inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Good. Exhale, 4. Inhale. There. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lift the head and chest. Then exhale, bend the right knee, step back to a downward facing dog. All right. On the inhale, step the left foot forward, turn the right heel down, come up warrior 1. Then exhale, open arms and hips, warrior 2. Then extend your left leg. As you extend your left leg, just scoot your left foot up just a little bit. Then bend your left knee, warrior 2. As you bend your left knee, notice that the knee's kind of rotating in. It's squeeze here and pull down here, and the knee will go right down the center of the foot. And then activate your feet. Try to pull the mat apart with your feet. So feet are super active. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. And inhale, extend the left leg 1 breath. The exhale, bend the left knee, left hand inside your left foot. Exhale, raise your right arm up into the air, extended angle B. And here again, move your left shoulder into your left leg. Move your left hip crease back towards your right heel. So you're not leaning over to the right side of your mat. Exhale, 1. You still have that cranial sacral alignment. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Then on the inhale, gently put your right hand down. Now walk your hands over to the left. Yeah, I'm sorry, to the right. To the right now. Some people are facing the mirrors, some people are facing the windows, but it's the opposite direction. Grab your big toes in yogi toe lock this time. Slide your index finger and your middle finger through the big toe and the second toe. Then exhale, fold forward. And as you fold, lift the sit bones up, pulling your head in between your ankle bones. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Now release your toes. Place your hands on the floor. Now you're going to do your skanda asana on the opposite side. Bend your right knee. As you bend your right knee, lift your left toes up, coming onto your left heel. Coming down to a squat and bring the hands together in prayer, or set on a block and keep the hands on the floor. That's perfectly fine too. Skanda asana on the opposite side. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Put your hands on the floor. Lift your hips. As you lift your hips, bend your left knee. Walk your hands back toward the center of the room, coming onto the ball of your right foot. Then extend your left leg. Move your right foot forward halfway. Then lift the head and chest, pulling the left hip back. And then exhale, fold forward. As you fold forward, try to pull energy up the front of the left leg. Good. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, lift the head and chest. Exhale, bend the left knee, step back to a downward facing dog. Good for you. On the inhale, come forward to a plank. Bring the big toes and heels to touch. Exhale onto the right hand, the outside of the right foot. Lift the hips up, looking at your left hand, side plank, Vaishishtasana. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, gently come to a plank. Exhale onto the left hand, the outside of the left foot, raising the right arm up, looking at the right thumb. Exhale, 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, gently come out to a plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin to the earth, resetting the shoulders. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes under, push the seat back to the heels, and lift the knees up, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look past the hands. Inhale, jump or step the feet in between the hands. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, raise the arms up. Utkatasana, awkward seat. And then exhale, come stand up to Dasana, mountain seat. Bring your hands to your hips. Put a little bend in your knees. Then step your left foot all the way back. As you step your foot back, notice that I'm not turning my foot or my hip out. I'm going to keep my left toes pointing toward that wall. So make sure you're not turning out. So notice how you're turning out a little bit, Aaron. So move your heel over to the left. There. And you're going to be hips width distance apart, like your feet are like railroad tracks. They're parallel to each other, and you're not on a tightrope. Bring the hands behind your back. Clasp the hands together in a fist. On the inhale, lift up and arch back, pulling energy up the front of your right leg. Now exhale, fold forward over your right leg. And as you fold forward, pull your right hip back to the wall behind you. Your left hip forward, lifting the arms away from the body. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Now inhale. Lift your head and chest halfway. Torso is going to be parallel to the floor. You're looking at the human being in front of you, not at your toes. Bend your right knee. As you bend your right knee, put weight into your right foot. Your left heel will lift up. On your inhale, lift your left foot off the floor and dorsiflex your left foot. So point your left toes down and look forward like you're flying through the air. Exhale 1, more you 3. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Now listen. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Lift your shoulders up and step your left foot next to the right. Exhale, release your hands. On your inhale, bend your knees, Utkatasana, awkward seat. Now exhale, bring your hands together in prayer at heart center and twist deeply over to the right, deeper than you've been twisting. Sit a little lower in your seat. So sit down a little more, squat. Then look over to the right. Start to put your hands on the floor to the right side of your mat. You can use blocks if you need to. You're going to have to squat down like Skanda Asana. You want to get your left arm on the outside of your right thigh. Your right elbow can touch your right hip. Start to bend your elbows. Lift your hips up and get your right leg on your arms. Start to tilt forward and lift your toes off the floor, coming into a side crow. Yes, indeed. Happy holidays. Exhale 1. So bring 2 blocks over here, Aaron. Exhale 2. Next to each other. Now put one hand here and one hand here. And then bend. Yeah. And then now make a connection. You got to make a connection. Lift your toes up. Good for you. And then come down with your toes on the floor. Bring your hands together in prayer. Lift back all the way up. Good for you. And exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana. So your side crow, it's like darshan. You got to make a connection. If your elbows are not against your thighs, you're not going to be able to balance. And you want to get your hands even. So you don't want to bring hands together. They're about like a chaturanga. That's why you make the shift. All right. Bring the hands to your hips. Put a little soft bend in your knee. Shift your weight in your left foot. Step that right foot all the way back. Right? About a leg's distance here again. My feet are parallel. I'm about hips width distance apart. I'm not turning the right hip out. Take the hands behind the back. Clasp the hands together in a fist. Inhale, lift up and arch back. Then exhale, fold forward over your left leg. As you fold forward, pull the energy up the left leg. And exhale, push it through the back of the right. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. On the inhale, lift your head and chest halfway. Look at the being across from you. Shift weight forward into your left foot. Bend your left knee. Now, as you bend your left knee, lift your right foot up, extending your left leg, looking at the being in front of you, giving darshan. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Good, everybody. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Lift your shoulders up, bringing your right foot next to your left. Exhale. Release your hands. Inhale. Bend your knees. Utkatasana. Now exhale. Bring the hands together in prayer and twist deeply over here to the left. Now sit a little lower into it. Squat down. Put your hands on the floor outside your left leg. Now lift your hips up a little. Get your hips on your upper arms. Bend your elbows. Lift your toes up, coming into a side crow. Good for you, everybody. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Good, Sally. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, put your toes on the floor. Lift your hips up, extending, coming back up to a standing position. And exhale, hands by the side to Dasana Mountain Seat. Good for you. Step away from the front of the mat just a little bit, just for a regular old, plain old crow. Just happy crow. Bring the hands together in prayer. Rise high on the balls of your feet. Bend your knees. Descend your seat towards your heels, like you're coming down on an elevator. Then open up your knees. Put your hands on the floor. Then lift your hips up. Get your knees into your armpits or squeeze your arm bones with your knees. Keep your elbows bent a little bit. Tilt forward. Lift your toes up. As you lift your toes up, get your toes in the back to touch and point them to the wall behind you. Yep. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga. Good for you. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look through your hands. Inhale, shoot your legs through your hands. Come sit down. Woo! Good, Sally. Dorsiflex the feet, lift the head and chest. And exhale, fold forward. Hold on to the feet. Paschimottanasana. So when we talk about, giving darshan and offering darshan, it's important to know that darshan can be given to another human being, but it can also be given to an object that's not a sentient being. Like you could give darshan and receive darshan from a tree. If you sat and looked at a tree and really studied a tree, you would be offering darshan to a tree or a mountain or even a rock. You could also give darshan to an image of, like, let's say a someone who's passed away, like an enlightened guru. That happens a lot in the yoga tradition, where people will look at the picture of a individual, and they're looking to receive some energetic, even from just the gaze of a photo. Very interesting. You could also give darshan to an animal. Animals give darshan. Animals make contact that way too. Not all, but many do. And I think that that's one of the most beautiful kinds of darshan, is when, like, an animal wants to make eye contact with you. They're really telling you they love you if they make eye contact with you, because they trust you. On your inhale, lift your head and chest. And exhale, hands by the hips, Dandasana. On the inhale, bend the right knee into the chest. And exhale, open up the right knee, right foot on inside of the left thigh. Twist the torso over the left leg, and exhale, fold forward, hold on to the left foot. Janu Shirshasana. And so, Will, you just want to make sure your arms are even. Yeah. Inhale. Exhale, 1 here. It might be good to use a little belt. I don't know. Exhale, 2. Might be helpful. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lift your head and chest. Now, lift your right knee up. Okay, you're going to keep your right knee bent, and you're going to keep your right leg really close to your left. And then you're going to take 2 blocks, and you're going to put your blocks right here, back a little bit by your hips. Okay? And then your right arm is going to stay in front of your right leg. So I'm going to get my right arm right here. I'm going to put my hands back here a little bit. Now, I'm going to point my left toe like a ballet dancer, okay? And your hands are going to be on your blocks. your right leg is going to be pushing into your right tricep. There's contact there, okay? Now, first, lift your butt off the floor by pressing into your hands. So your arm is in front of your leg. Now lift your left big heel off the ground and balance. Exhale, 1. Look at there. Inhale. Beth, you can lift that right foot up too. Exhale, 2. There, it's a hand balance. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Good, Stephanie. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, come sit down. I get a cramp, yeah. So you gotta, the extended leg, you gotta clench the quad, you gotta squeeze the glutes, and you gotta push the arm, the shin bone into the arm to lift up. And your hands have got to be back enough that there's pressure between your right hip and your arm, okay? Extend your right leg out. You have to do it on the left. Bend the left knee into the chest. Open up the left knee, left foot on inside of right. And twist the torso over the leg. And exhale, fold forward. Hold on to the foot. Here again, a little belt if you need it. That's good. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Excellent. Inhale. Lift your head and chest up. Now lift your left knee up. Put your left foot down. Bring your blocks back behind your hip. You're going to bring your left arm up here. You're going to push that left leg into your upper arm. You're going to bring your right hand in line with the left. You're going to point your right toes like a ballet dancer. First, lift your behind up. Then lift your right heel up, balancing. Exhale, 1. Lift your left foot off the ground, 2. Exhale, 2. Yeah. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, come sit down. Good for you. And extend the left leg out. I know that one, it looks easier than, it's actually harder sometimes than that side crow, I think. Because you got to really kind of pull everything in and kind of crunch the muscles of the abdomen too. All right. Bend the knees, place the heels where the knees were, feet hips width distance apart, hands behind you 6 to 8 inches, fingers pointing toward the center of the room. On the inhale, lift the hips into tabletop. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, bring the chin into the chest and come down. Open up your knees. Bring your feet together. Pull your heels a little closer to your pubic bone. Using the thumbs, open up the soles of the feet like a book. And then exhale, fold forward, trying to put your belly button on your heel. Cobbler seat, seat of the cobbler. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. Good. Inhale. Lift the head and chest up. Now lift your knees up. Cross one ankle over the other. I don't mind which one. You can place your hands on blocks, lift your seat, lift your feet, jump back chaturanga, or roll over your shin, step back chaturanga. You're up to you. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. On the inhale, come forward to a plank. And exhale the knees, the chest, the chin to the earth. Press into the hands, slide forward, cobra. Stay in cobra. Take the hands off the floor. Press the toes down. Exhale, 1. Yeah. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, come down, relax. Shalabhasana B. B is like we did Warrior 3. You bring your forehead to the earth, you take your hands behind your back again. Now, lift your shoulders up first. Squeeze your shoulders like you just did in Cobra. Then inhale, lift your head, your chest, your legs, and your arms even higher. Squeeze your legs together. So get the toes to touch and elongate through your knees and your toes. Exhale, 1. Inhale, good. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Release the hands. Rock out the hips if that feels good to you. Bring the forehead to the earth, bend the knees, reach back, grab the ankles. As you grab the ankles, shift the weight forward from the pubic bone onto the top of the navel. On the inhale, kick your feet into your hands and lift the knees as high as the shoulders, opening up both the quadricep and the shoulders. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Release your ankles and rock out the hips. Second time, bend the knees, reach back, grab the ankles. On the inhale, kick the feet into the hands and lift up. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, come down, release your feet, rock out the hips. Bring the hands next to the chest. On the inhale, upward facing dog. Your knees and your shins are off the ground. So quadriceps are super active in upward dog. Then exhale, go back downward facing dog. And then come forward to a plank and just drop down to your knees. If you would like to, you can put a little blanket underneath your knees. That is perfectly fine. Or you can not put a blanket underneath your knees. We're going to practice Vadrasana. No, I'm messing up the Sanskrit. Tiger. I'm going to think of it in a minute. I'm blanking out here. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to lift your right foot up into the air with a bent right knee. Your left toes are going to be tucked under for your balance. You're going to reach back with your left hand, grab the inside of your right ankle. So you're balancing on your right hand and your left knee. Then you're going to kick your right foot into your left hand like you would do a bow, a Dhanurasana. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Gently release your right foot. Place your right foot down, your left hand down. Then switch sides. Lift your left foot up into the air. You got a bent left knee. You're going to reach back with your right hand. You're going to grab the inside of your left foot. Then you're going to kick your left ankle into your right hand and lift your hip up. You'll feel this in your quadricep on the left. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. And gently release your left foot. Place your right hand down, your left knee down, and step back to a downward facing dog. On the inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale through bent elbows all the way onto the abdomen. Roll over onto the back. Bend the knees, Vagrasana. Tickle the heels with the fingertips. Lift the hips, the lower, the middle back. Clasp the hands together in a fist underneath you. Half bridge, Setu Bandhasana. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, come down, releasing. So here, we're going to come into our Urdhva If you want to use the wall, you're at the wall. Just spin around, put some blocks against the wall. If you want to use belts around the arms, hey, do that. If you want to use a belt around the legs, set up for whatever you need to. Prop-wise, I'll give you a second. I like all the props. I like it when people use props because it really, why make it harder when you need, or just go deeper into it, So place the hands next to the head, elbows toward the ceiling, fingers toward the shoulders. On the inhale, lift all the way up for your first upward bow. Good, everybody. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Excellent. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Bring the chin and the chest and come down the upper, the middle, the lower back. Good. You can windshield wiper the knees back and forth. You can also offer darshan to a murti, a icon. That happens in different traditions too, not just in the yoga Indian tradition, but you see like in Orthodox, Greek Orthodox, like people really studying an icon and feeling like the icon has the ability to look back at them. I'm fascinated with that. Placing the hands next to the head on the inhale, lift back up. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Bring the chin and the chest and come down the upper, the middle, the lower back. You can windshield wiper the knees. I actually think what's happening really there is also that the artist is putting so much work into the artwork that you feel like the artwork is capable of looking back at you because they've been so passionate about what they've painted. You can't paint or render devotional art unless you're devotional. It's impossible. You can't just mechanically churn that kind of stuff out. So whenever you look at stuff, those people who usually produce that kind of work have a very deep spiritual practice themselves. So you're looking at the artist energy is what you're looking at. Place the hands next to the head. On the inhale, lift back up one more time. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Bring the chin to the chest and come down the upper, the middle, the lower back. And bring the knees into the chest. So it's said that if you were to buy a murti for yourself, that you should actually look at it, and if the face doesn't speak to you, if it doesn't make contact with you, you shouldn't buy it. So you don't just walk in and kind of like buy like, oh, I want that nataraj over there because it fits my space in my living room or my altar. You pick it because that nataraj actually is able to make contact with you, or it's been gifted to you. That's been the case here. All our murtis were gifts, right? Bobby and I didn't buy them. They were gifted by one person. So that was a great like honor to be say it's for somebody to say, here are these beautiful murtis for your studio. Bring the knees over to the left, extend the right arm out, look over the right shoulder, twisting. So darshan can be offered in many different ways. And it starts with that first word, hey. Hey Shiva. Hey Krishna, Govinda. Hey Ma. And I like that hey because it's casual. It's not namaha. It's not namaskara. It's not namaste. These are very formal greetings. Hey. Come back to center and go to the other side. So there's something in that word hey that's so important about the idea of darshan because of that idea of the two beings looking at each other become equal. They both become slightly vulnerable. They both become in charge because the eye contact. They both are looking for the same thing. Bring the knees into the chest. Give the knees a little hug. And then put the feet on the floor and open up the knees to the side. Okay, from here, you can come into this, staying in Supta Baddha Konasana, goddess. You can also bring legs up the wall, Viparita Karani, or come into shoulder stand. You can even use the wall to come into shoulder stand if you would like to use a prop. Or you can set yourself up with your blankets and come into it that way. So legs up the wall, laying on the back, knees out to the side, or full Salamba Sarvangasana shoulder stand. Almost. So, yeah. All right, everybody in shoulder stand. If you're in shoulder stand, bring your toes to the floor behind your head. If your toes don't touch the floor, then bend your knees. Keep your knees on your forehead and your hands on your back. If the toes are on the floor, clasp the hands together in a fist and extend the arms away from you. Halasana, plow seat. So in plow, the knees are lifting away from the forehead if the toes are on the floor. So you're not relaxing yet. You're still activating those hamstrings in this one. Exhale, 1. Yeah, hamstrings are extending. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Now bend your knees, bring your knees alongside your ears. See if you can get the tops of your feet on the ground and your shin bones on the ground. And then hold on to the back of your knee joint. Trying to pull yourself into a little like roly-poly. All right. Inhale. Karnapidasana. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. And put the hands on the floor away from the feet. And use your hands like brakes and slowly come down. So Will, put your hands back here. Yeah, there you go. And then once you're down, lift your torso up. Unfold your mats. Move your blanket off to the side. Lay down on the back. Turn the palms to face upward. Press in the elbows. Puff up the chest. Coming onto the top of the head. Matsyasana, seat of the fish. Your shoulders roll back and down the back. So that's kind of the big mistake I think that people make in fish is they have their shoulders kind of hunched forward. Try to move your shoulders down toward the center of the room if you're facing, your head is in the center of the room, and then down toward your heels. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Good, everybody. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. Pressing the elbows, bring the chin to the chest and come down. Bend the knees into the chest. Give the knees a little hug. Roll over to the left. Come into a child seat. If you would like to use the wall for headstand, I don't mind. Any props you want to use. If you want to stay in the middle at the front of your mat, be my guest. From child seat, turn the palms to face upward, bringing the elbows a little closer together. Interlace the fingers together, making a fist. Then put the head behind the wrist crease. I like to keep my inner palms touching so my wrists stay strong. When the inner palms come apart, the wrists are weak and kind of wobbly. Place the head on the floor. Lift the knees up. Walk the feet forward so the hips are over the shoulders. Bring the knees into the chest. And with control, lift the knees to the sky. Lift the feet to the sky, coming into a headstand. Okay, let's try it again. So as you walk forward before you try to kick. A little more. Yeah, now bend this knee into your chest like we did with crow. Now I'm going to push and you're going to lift the other leg up. But don't try to jack up. Like learn to use a little more muscle in the core. And so you kind of squeeze at the tummy and lift the leg. Because it's a little core strength kind of coming up there, a little core tightening. Now, if your heels are on the wall, see if you can bring one leg toward the middle of the room and find ankle, knee, hip, shoulder alignment in midair. You can leave one foot on the wall, but try to make sure you're not in a banana. See if you can start to tell if you're a banana shape or if you have ankle, knee, hip, shoulder alignment. So you may need to kind of pull your ribs in a little bit, squeezing your abdomen muscles toward the hips so that you can actually come out of the back bend. If you have a tendency to put yourself in a back bend in your inversions, you'll know a lot of times when this is something that I think that we all should be aware of. Whatever you do in standing asanas, we tend to habitually do when we come into an inversion. So if you find yourself in a post-anterior pelvic tilt and kind of rounding and collapsing in the center of the chest and kind of bringing your chin into your chest, you're going to do that when you come upside down. If you find that you're kind of always sticking your lower ribs out and moving your hips back behind you in an anterior pelvic tilt, a back bend, you'll find that when you come up in an inversion, you'll want to go into a back bend because that was what feels the most comfortable. But what you want to do is work toward a neutral pelvis so you're not like either sticking the hip points forward or sticking the sit bones back, that there's just a neutrality there. You'll find that you can sustain it a lot longer. Now, it doesn't mean that there aren't back bends that there aren't inversions that become back bends or inversions that do tricks with the legs, that you bring the legs parallel and you have to go into a post-anterior pelvic tilt. That happens. But you want to do that from a neutral space, not already set up in one of the extremes or the other. Excuse me. Last 10 breaths, if you're still up, inhale. Exhale 10, inhale. Exhale 9, inhale. Exhale 8, inhale. Exhale 7, inhale. Exhale 6, inhale. Exhale 5, inhale. Exhale 4, inhale. Exhale 3, inhale. Exhale 2, inhale. Exhale, gently come down. And here, rest in a child's seat. You can reach back, hold on to the ankles. Breathe, inhale. Exhale 1, inhale. Exhale 2, inhale. Exhale 3, inhale. Exhale 4, inhale. Exhale 5, inhale. Exhale 6, inhale. Exhale 7, inhale. Exhale 8, inhale. Exhale 9, inhale. Exhale 10, and then inhale, lift the torso up. As you lift the torso up, let's come and set up for a little meditation before our Shavasana tonight. So finding a comfortable seat. You can sit on a couple of blocks. You can sit on a blanket. You can come back into Sukhasana. You can come back to Virasana, Padmasana. Once you've found your seat, commit. And then close the eyes. But even when you close the eyes, there's an internal drishti that happens. The eyes don't just kind of, nothing happens. So bring your gaze slightly upward toward what they call the third eye. So kind of looking in between your eyebrows. Bring the drishti there. And then allow You still have your Ujjayi pranayama going because we haven't stopped that. But as you inhale, silently chant to yourself, hey, and then Shiva. Inhale, hey, Shiva. Inhaling, hey, exhaling, Shiva. Gently come lay down. And as you come lay down, allow the breath now just to breathe the body and relax at the pelvic floor, letting go of Mula Bandha, and let the body be heavy. And let the body just completely be absorbed and supported by the earth underneath you. Shavasana, corpse seat. Gently start to deepen the breath. And as you deepen the breath, stretch the arms overhead and stretch the arms and legs in opposite directions. Give the knees a little hug and slowly roll over to the right. And pressing the left palm into the earth, lift the torso up and come up to a seated position. Your seat of consciousness and awareness. Just take a moment, inhale deeply. Exhale everything out. And inhale for the sound of Om. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bringing the hands together in undulating mudra, bowing the head slightly, giving thanks and praise for the teachers and teachings of yoga from the past, the present, and still teachers and teachings yet to be revealed. Om Bolo Sadguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Namaste. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a beautiful rest of your evening. I will see you hopefully soon. I'll teach Express tomorrow. And then Thursday, teach Open and Express. We'll keep exploring this idea of darshan this month. And I'll keep playing around with this instrument.